All right, guys, so today I'm sharing something that I can honestly say that I never thought that I would be into the way that I am, and that is lentils in a shake. I know it sounds super disgusting, I know, but just stick with me here. I was super skeptical too, but now it is honestly the only way I want to eat my lentils. And be sure to stick around because I have a super huge, exciting announcement today that is going to take your fiber game to the next level. Let's just say that if you love Shake Off the Weight and you have gotten used to using these fiber shakes as part of your weight loss journey, then you are about to be very excited, like possibly freak out excited. But first, let's blend up a couple of delicious, creamy, high fiber shakes and talk about how lentils went from like the bottom of my favorites list to the top. All right, so here's the thing. I used to think that lentils had no place in a shake, like none. Beans were already, a little bit of a stretch, but they worked. And if you're new to my channel and you have no idea what I'm talking about right now, I created a ton of delicious high fiber protein shakes using beans as a base. And I know that even beans in a shake sounds gross, but just trust me on this one, you can't taste them. They create the most delicious, creamy shakes. And one little small detail worth mentioning is that they helped me to lose over 60 pounds by replacing my breakfast and drinking one of these high fiber shakes every single day. I've been doing the bean shakes for years. That is nothing new. But lentils, not so much. So when I first had the idea to try lentils instead of beans, I was super skeptical and honestly not very hopeful. But you guys, it totally surprised me. It was creamy, it was sweet, it was so smooth. You couldn't even tell the lentils were in the shake. Like honestly, what is the sorcery I'm into with beans and lentils? So if you've been struggling to get more fiber in your diet, perhaps you've hit like a weight loss plateau, or maybe you just can't stand the taste of lentils. Well, at any rate, if any of those are true, then I'm about to blow your mind. So if you're like I was, a little skeptical, maybe a little hesitant, or possibly just scarred by a lentil soup that has gone wrong, then I dare you to try the shakes that I'm going to show you in today's video. Because for me, this is quite literally the only way I will eat lentils now, period. I mean, I still do love a good lentil soup, who are we kidding? But as far as eating lentils every single day, this is for sure the only way. All right, so before we jump into those delicious recipes, you guys showed me so much love when I first released Shake Off the Weight. And a funny backstory to that is that I didn't know if anyone would be interested in that book. Like it was literally the one that I felt so nervous releasing because I was like, I don't know if anyone's gonna trust me enough that beans are gonna work in a shake. But you guys loved this book and made it literally one of my most popular books to date. It literally took me by surprise. So I had to come back with a whole new batch of high fiber, high protein shakes, but this time with even more variety, all brand new flavors, never seen before actually, as well as a whole chapter dedicated to banana-free shakes. Now, I'm a banana girl, like I love my bananas, but I have to say, I was totally shocked with how many of you are allergic to bananas, you don't like them, they don't settle well in your stomach, all the reasons, that you just can't have bananas in these shakes. So I had you guys on my mind, I did not forget, and I was sure to create some recipes that used absolutely no bananas. So I gotta say, I am genuinely excited about this book. Like, this might literally be my favorite book to date. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So let me just tell you a little bit about it. So first of all, there are 30 brand new recipes, like never been shown on my channel before. None of them you will find in the original Shake Off the Weight book. They are all exclusive to Shake Off the Weight again. The book is broken up into 3 different chapters. So we have a chapter for bean shakes, we have a chapter for lentil shakes, and lastly, we have a no banana chapter. You guys are honestly going to love this one. I'm so excited. All right, so I'm pretty sure you can assume that most people don't run sales on an opening day of a book release. But you know me, and you know I'm gonna celebrate this by making it nice and affordable by running a flash sale. And that is that the first 25 people that purchase a copy of my brand new Shake Off the Weight again, you will be getting it for only $8. Now it's worth mentioning that the original retail price of this book is $16.99. So that is quite a steal, especially for opening day. But again, I can only run that sale for the next 48 hours only, so try your hardest to be one of the first 25. And if you make it to the end of this video, then of course you know that there's going to be a bonus surprise waiting at the end to further celebrate the release of this book. Fiber is honestly so underrated when it comes to weight loss. It was the magic tool that helped me to get over 60 pounds off. I know a lot of people focus on protein, but I also gotta say, these shakes also have a lot of protein in them as well. Naturally, without all the protein powders, without all the garbage. They naturally have high fiber and high protein, and that's why they work so well, because they will keep you full for hours. I purposely create them unlike a green smoothie and use these delicious flavors that are almost like dessert-like, on purpose, so that way you crave for nothing. So if you're like me and you have a little bit of a sweet tooth, then these shakes are fantastic in curbing those cravings, because when you're drinking shakes like blueberry muffin or mom's banana bread, I mean, what do you want? It's like dessert in a cup. So not only does it help you stay full because of the beans and lentils that are in the shake, it also makes you want for nothing. So it really helps to curb those snacking cravings, putting you in a calorie deficit, allowing you to get that weight off. All right, guys, so thank you in advance for all of your support. I know you're gonna love it. I can't wait to hear all about it. So anyways, let's get our fiber on and let me show you how to make these two brand new shakes, which by the way, both of them can be found in Shake Off the Weight Again. So if you're still a little bit skeptical, you're not so sure, you can try out the recipes that I'm gonna be showing you in today's video. I will have the recipes also posted in my description box below, but we're gonna be making carrot cake and raspberry swirl. So let's get to it. All right, guys, so this is my new carrot cake lentil shake from my new book, Shake Off the Weight Again. So basically, you're going to need 1 to 2 frozen bananas, as well as half of a cup of cooked red lentils. And then from there, you're gonna go ahead and throw in half a cup of shredded carrot, along with 2 tablespoons of raisins. Now, I totally forgot, but you're supposed to add about a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. My bad, but you know, it'll be written in the description box below, so you will get it right. Here, I threw in 1.5 cups of milk, and I wanted to point out the consistency. So you're going to see a difference with the raspberry swirl. This is about the consistency you get when you use about 1.5 cups of milk. In all the recipes in the book, I usually say 1 to 1.5 cups. So that just depends on how you want it. If you want more volume, add a little bit more liquid. If you want it to be a little bit on the thicker, creamier consistency side, then you're gonna only wanna add about 1 cup. So here I'm just going ahead and garnishing that shake with a little bit of shredded carrot as well as cinnamon on top, giving it a little bit of a swirl. And this is overall what the shake looks like. It is so delicious. Carrot cake in a cup. All right, so recipe number 2 is raspberry swirl. So this one is actually made with chickpeas, but the unique thing about this one is that it has no bananas. So this is from the no bananas chapter. So basically we went ahead and added in the chickpeas, we added in some tofu, some raspberries, of course, a little bit of cashews, some dates for sweetness, and only 1 cup of milk. So check this out. This is what the consistency should look like when you use less milk. So you can see a big difference from the carrot cake shake. So look how nice and thick and creamy that is. So just depending if you want more volume or you want more creaminess, you can decide how much milk you want to use. So anyways, here's 2 recipes from my brand new Shake Off the Weight Again. I'm telling you guys, you're going to love it. You cannot taste the beans. You cannot taste the lentils. It's such a good way to get your fiber in. So as promised, if you've made it to the end of this video with me, I'm going to celebrate the release of this book by doing a free giveaway. So the first 10 people that go to my description box below right now and click the link to the sale for Shake Off the Weight Again, you will be getting this book for free. Absolutely free, my gift to you. And to the rest of you, try to be one of the first 25 people to get it for only $8. Again, the link can be found in the comments section or description box. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you guys in the next one.